Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Modeni Jenga and I'm so glad to have or to feature in your screens today. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on the time you guys are watching this video or the time that this video is going to air. I have no clue, but regardless. So I'm a young mom and I talk about young motherhood, faith, family, business, and also lifestyle. And so today, on today's topic, I'm going to major a bit on faith, being that I'm not the most perfect person in it, but from what I've seen or from how I've seen God's hand in the whole of this, I'm just grateful. And I try to do my best and to work on my best part of myself so that I can be that good person that is supposed to be. So, Thanksgiving that is to God. Apparently, funny thing, today that was the topic that has been spoken in church. I've just come from church like a few minutes ago, and it was really nice because apparently I was supposed to talk about. I was trying to figure out which day I'll talk about. I'll talk about the whole of this topic, like the whole of last week, and I had sort of thoughts like on a Friday or on a Saturday or Thursday, or the days that I was to pick and speak about it, but work I couldn't manage to. But today, let me just talk about it and also give sort of like a testimony because Thanksgiving comes about in so many ways. You can probably go give a token, just say a prayer and thank God. Because in every situation that we are in, you find yourself that you might be in a very sticky situation, in a good situation, but things happen for a reason. So, personally, the reason why I'm grateful to God because of this year, in the beginning of this year, I was in a very confused state of life. Let me just say that. Because um me and a few friends of mine, there was Kate and Maureen, and I'm sure they're going to be watching this. Hi girls. Not only them, there's Carol also, just a few friends of ours. Shiko, that is. Um in the beginning of this year, okay, we do online writing. That's the kind of jobs that we do, and specifically transcription. So there was a project that sometimes projects don't last forever, and sometimes they come and probably last for a period of time. So it so happened that the whole of last year we were working on a project from one of our friends, which was really nice because it took us from all the way to March, from March up to around December. But around the month of October, November, the project started like going down. There comes a time that there is a low season of these jobs. So um we even had to like move from our homes, and okay, from where I was staying earlier around that time, I was staying, I think, in Corporation, around somewhere in Kino, somewhere around Kino Ufiru, around there. So we had to move there, and I relocated to Ruiru, getting close to where we were supposed to be working. Like there was a workstation and all that. But unfortunately, the kind of project that we were working on, it never went as the owner has expected. Some things just happened and it never prospered like it was supposed to. And we've moved, we have bills, we have everything, everyone has a house, and we have kids who are supposed to be joining school and all that. So at this point, personally, I had not arranged myself. So nimejipanga, like everything was everywhere. Like I was not sure if my son is going to join school well. That is like end of last year, beginning of this year. Even though I knew I had some funds, I wasn't sure they were going to sustain him like the way they were supposed to be. I never had a surety of a job and all that. So around like November of last year, we tried applying to these other new jobs. And God is good because there was one company that accepted our applications. They gave us the test and all that, and then they told us um, we are going to start the work in January. One thing we know about this company, it's a company overseas. We had no clue if it was real, if it was not. But from the situations and from the interactions that we had with these people, we trusted them and we saw they were really nice and a very nice place to work in, for example, if I may say. So God was good because we started our jobs then. Still, we had to pick our lives together because it wasn't as we expected it to be. But because of God, we went to Ruiru. We met with the ladies that I met with, because someone like Maureen, Kate, Chiko, we met actually in Ruiru. There are people that I had no clue existed. We knew each other through working in a group, but we never knew each other personally. We met personally and we grew a very nice bond, friendships, and all that. And also, we learned so much from the lady who was helping us learn those jobs and all that. We learned so much, and I'm so grateful to her because she was amazing anyway. We learned so much from each other, and we decided to even apply to these new jobs and all that. And God was good because Tuli managed and we got the jobs. And by the time my son was joining school, he joined a bit late, but by the time he was joining school, I was able to know he's going to study and I won't have a problem, probably with managing the school fees and all that. And I'm so grateful to God because that is something I had no clue. I just knew he's going to go to school, but I didn't know where the money is going to come from. But God just has a way of providing what he needs to provide to you at his own right time. So anytime you're in a situation, no matter how sticky the situation is, you don't know itatokea aje or what the result is going to be. You have no clue what the result is going to be. Just trust in God. Trust in God and believe the minute that situation comes to an end, everything else is going to be perfect. And everything else is going to turn out right. So another thing, just on the same Thanksgiving thing or talk, there are times that you find you're sick, probably your kid is sick, someone in your family is sick, and you have no clue how to probably work it out. But fortunately, you have the money to go to the hospital, get medication, and pay for it, no matter how much it costs. You know, sometimes we're told God puts us in situations so that He can glorify Himself. Glorify Himself. What? Okay, so that He can glorify Himself. So by the time you're getting sick or someone is getting sick, like, let me still give my example. There was a time my son got sick, and it was really bad because it was in and out of hospitals. Like, after this time, we take him to the hospital, he gets medication. After some time, he's out. We think he's getting better, he gets worse. It was so bad until I was even shocked. We even had to go to one of the major hospitals, the KNH, but through that, even through all those trips to the hospital, through all that, hatukukosa hiyo coin ya kumpeleka hospitali. That's also a thanksgiving to God. We never lacked that shilling to take him to the hospital. So, and we probably got whatever bills we got and we paid, and he's now much better and he's not gotten sick. It's been quite a while, and I'm grateful to God. So, no matter the kind of situation you're in, give thanks to God. Just say a prayer and say, God, you've brought me this far and I'm grateful. God, you've given me ABCD and I'm grateful. God, you've provided this and that, I'm grateful. God, you've provided us with a meal, I'm grateful. You've provided me with a job, you've provided me with, just call it anything, family, friends. Everything is a blessing to have. Because even the friends that we have, you find that you have friends that you build each other. I've met so many friends of mine in the course of my life. Like, since when I was in primary school, I still have friends from the time I was in primary school, high school, even college, even out of school, and in the work area, even meeting friends through friends. And you find that within those friends, you create friendships and bonds that are going to last forever. And you find that the friendships probably benefit you in one way or another. Those are things that you should be grateful to God. Not only that, also in family, in friends, in everything that you acquire, find time to just sit down and say, Lord, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because of work. I'm grateful because of the food, the water. There are people who even get sick. They have the funds, but they don't receive the healing. You find probably even say has passed on. And probably that was what God had planned for that person. But you having the funds and going to the hospital and even receiving healing after that, it's just God's hand, the baraka out of it, and the blessings of getting that healing. You might find someone who's sick, they're not feeling well, but they don't even have the funds to go to the hospital. Then you find probably someone may come to even worse conditions or even death. And that is not something I'm wishing to anyone. Something that I learned this year, not only this year, last year and this year. I'll come to explain why I was in the sticky situation of not having a job and all that It was okay. I quit my previous job back in 2019, late of 2019, the one that I was going to the 8 to 5 kind of job. And for some personal reasons, I'll come to discuss later. But even with every person that I've met since 2020 began, every person that I've met with this platform of the online job has been a blessing because I learned so many things through so many people. Even the team leaders that we had, the ladies who are, anyway, the person who was giving us the jobs back then, the vendor was a lady, and she taught us so many things, and we learned so many things from her. And from here we are, I'd say through her, most of us knew how to maneuver in this field, and she was a blessing to us. That time, it was supposed to be that period of time that we worked with her, met her, she taught us what she taught us, so that we can now go and blend in into the world and learn and probably teach someone else. And it was actually nice. So that's my testimony for this year. And I know so many things are coming, and I'm grateful to God, and I'm humbled as well because I didn't get here by myself. It was by His hand. So, um, having gone through all that, through the heat, and I know that is just a bit of mine. I know there is someone who has gone through probably worse and come out a victor or victorious because God has been with you throughout the whole period. 2021, I'd call it an year of blessing and an year of new pages and new chapters. And if you thank God and you believe in God and you continue working towards what, like praying about it, worshiping God, giving God what belongs to God, your time, your funds, everything. I wouldn't say I'm a very good giver because I'm also learning. I'm still learning how to do all these things. We all learn step by step. We all learn because I'm also still learning. There was a time I was terrible at the giving and all that, but I'm still trying to pick myself back up in church and all that. But whatever we learn, wherever we learn, and whatever we find and come out nicely or badly or wherever, just thank God. Because you would have not been where you are if it were not for Him. You would have not gotten to where you will have gotten or where you are because of God. As in without God, you will hungefika penye uko bila mkono wa Mungu. No matter how tough the situations may have been, no matter how terrible the situations may have been, you will have not gotten to where you need to have gotten without God. So that's that about Thanksgiving. Always remember to just say a short prayer and tell God, I'm grateful because of where you've led me, because of what you've provided for me and my family, because of what you've given me, because of the meals, because yani kila kitu. It doesn't matter how big or small the thank you is, but God receives it as it comes. Anaichukuanga as it is, and He's grateful because we are also following what we were told to do, like to give thanks, because we don't receive it. See, actually, we deserve any of this that God blesses us with, but because of Him, we still receive it. So, without further ado, that's that. And I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm also doing fine. And yeah, that's all I had about Thanksgiving. And hopefully, we have learned something. Hopefully, I've taught someone something, or probably someone has seen something was yani umelearn kitu and you'll benefit from it. So that's that. And thank you for the subscription. Keep subscribing in the channel. Keep watching the channel, the content, and we're going to keep on doing the videos and shooting them. And soon I'm going to bring a few of my friends. I'm going to feature those videos probably in the month of December. I'm meeting a few friends, and they're going to talk about the experiences, where they are. We are not all experts, but we are learning also. As we go, we are learning. And from the lessons we have learned where we are, that's what we're going to talk about. So you guys have a good time, and